Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to be diving into Apollo.
Oh yeah, Apollo.
It's a platform that basically promises to, supercharge all your sales efforts.
Using data.
Yeah. Using the power of data. Think of it kind of like a command center for everything sales.
Yeah.
So, from finding those leads to closing those deals.
Mm.
And it's all fueled by this massive database.
Yeah, over 210 million contacts
Oh, wow.
and 35 million companies.
It's huge.
It is. It is. It's more than just a database, though.
Okay.
What's really impressive is how Apollo transforms this raw data into, actionable insights. Think about it. You could have a warehouse full of data,
Right.
but still be lost.
Yeah.
Apollo acts like a guide,
Oh.
like a seasoned guide pointing you to the most promising paths.
Okay, that's a great analogy. So walk me through this. How does Apollo actually work? I mean, I get that it has data, but what does it do with it?
Well, imagine you're a sales rep. You need to find new leads.
Mm-hmm.
Apollo's Build Pipeline section, it's like your prospecting toolkit. You can search for contacts and companies based on very specific criteria,
Oh, cool.
like their industry,
Wow.
location, even the technology they use.
So it's not just a random list of names. You can actually get pretty targeted.
Exactly. And here's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
Apollo's Scores and Signals feature uses AI to analyze all this data
Wow.
and predict which leads are most likely to convert. So it looks at things like their job title,
Uh-huh.
company growth, even their social media activity,
Really?
to give you a score indicating how hot a prospect they are.
So it's like having a virtual crystal ball telling you who to focus on first.
In a way, yes. It helps you prioritize your efforts, avoid wasting time on leads that are unlikely to pan out.
Right.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. But once you've identified these hot leads, then what? How does Apollo help you actually close deals?
Well, that's where the closed deals section comes in. It's packed with features like meetings, which helps you schedule and manage meetings more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
Deal management provides insights and recommendations to help you move deals through the pipeline faster.
Okay, that sounds pretty standard.
Yeah.
Most CRMs offer features like that.
Yeah.
What makes Apollo different?
It's the depth of analysis and the way it connects everything together.
Okay.
For example, let's talk about conversation intelligence.
Okay.
This feature is seriously impressive. It analyzes your sales calls.
What?
Not just recording them, but actually analyzing the content.
Wait, it listens to your sales calls. That sounds a little creepy.
It's not about eavesdropping.
Okay.
It's about using AI to identify patterns and insights that you might miss. It tracks things like talk-to-listen ratio, sentiment analysis,
Yeah.
even specific keywords that come up in the conversation.
Okay, I'm starting to see how that could be valuable. You could use that data to coach your sales reps, right?
Yes.
See what's working and what's not.
Precisely. It takes the guesswork out of sales coaching. Instead of relying on gut feelings, you have hard data to back up your feedback.
So Apollo helps you find the right leads,
Right.
prioritize them, and then analyze your interactions to improve your approach. That's pretty comprehensive.
It is, and there's more.
Yeah.
Apollo also helps you improve performance, with analytics and coaching tools,
Mm-hmm.
and then streamline operations by automating tasks and integrating with your existing tools.
Okay, this is a lot to unpack. We've barely scratched the surface here. Before we dive deeper into those other sections,
Yeah.
let's talk about something that really piqued my curiosity. The Living Data Network. What's that all about?
Yes. This is truly one of Apollo's most innovative features. Think of it like a constantly updated Wikipedia.
Okay.
But specifically for business contacts.
Wait, so it's not just Apollo collecting this data, it's crowdsourced.
In a way, yes. Apollo has a massive user base, over 2 million users. And they're all contributing to this network. Every time someone updates a contact, verifies an email address, or adds new information, it feeds back into the system.
That's brilliant. It's like having a team of millions of researchers constantly verifying and updating the data.
Exactly. It's what keeps the data fresh and accurate, which is absolutely crucial in sales.
Right.
Outdated contact information is a sales rep's worst nightmare.
I bet. So this living data network is constantly evolving and getting smarter.
It is, and that's a major advantage over traditional static databases that quickly become outdated.
This is all fascinating. I'm starting to understand why so many businesses are raving about Apollo. It's not just about having a lot of data. It's about having the right data
Right.
at the right time and knowing how to use it effectively.
You've hit the nail on the head, and that's where Apollo truly shines.
So we've talked about Apollo's core functions, its focus on data accuracy with the Living Data Network.
Mm-hmm.
But who exactly is this platform for? Is it just for salespeople?
That's a great question. While Apollo is undoubtedly a powerful tool for sales reps, its reach extends far beyond just the sales team.
Okay.
In fact, it's designed to empower everyone involved in driving revenue for a business,
Uh,
from sales leaders to founders, marketers, and even customer success teams.
okay, so let's break that down. How does Apollo benefit each of these roles?
Well, imagine you're a sales leader.
Okay.
You're responsible for overseeing the entire sales operation, ensuring your team is hitting their targets and driving revenue. Apollo provides you with a comprehensive overview of your team's performance,
Okay.
highlighting areas for improvement and allowing you to make data-driven decisions to optimize your strategy.
So it's like having a real-time dashboard. That gives you a bird's eye view of your sales team's activities and performance.
Precisely. You can track key metrics, identify trends, and even get insights into how individual reps are performing.
Oh, wow.
It's an invaluable tool for sales leaders who want to stay on top of their game and coach their teams to success.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, what about founders? How does Apollo help them?
For founders, Apollo can be a game changer, especially in the early stages of building a business.
Right.
It provides them with the data and insights they need to make informed decisions about their target market, their go-to-market strategy,
Okay.
and even their product development roadmap.
So it's not just about closing deals.
Yeah.
It's about using data to shape the overall direction of the business.
Exactly. Apollo can help founders identify new market opportunities, track their growth, and stay ahead of the competition.
Right.
It's a powerful tool for anyone looking to build a successful and sustainable business.
That's fascinating. Now, we've talked about sales leaders and founders, but what about marketing teams?
Yeah.
How does Apollo fit into their world?
Apollo's value for marketers lies in its ability to deliver highly targeted and qualified leads. Imagine you're a marketer and you're tasked with running a campaign to generate new leads. Apollo's data and insights can help you identify the ideal prospects for your campaign, ensuring you're reaching the right people at the right time.
So it's not just about blasting out a message to a broad audience. You can actually get very specific with your targeting.
Absolutely. You can target specific industries, job titles, company sizes, even interests and behaviors. It allows you to personalize your messaging and tailor your approach to resonate with each prospect, increasing the likelihood of conversion.
That's incredibly valuable. No more spray and pray marketing. You can actually be strategic and targeted with your efforts.
Precisely. It's about maximizing your marketing ROI and ensuring that every campaign is as effective as possible.
This is all starting to make so much sense. Now, I'm curious about one more group: customer success teams.
Yeah.
How does Apollo play a role in their work?
For customer success teams, Apollo is a valuable tool for understanding their customer base, identifying potential churn risks, and proactively engaging with customers to ensure their success. By leveraging Apollo's data and insights, customer success teams can tailor their approach to each individual customer, providing personalized support and guidance to help them achieve their desired outcomes.
So it's about using data to build stronger relationships with customers
Right.
and ensure their long-term satisfaction.
Precisely. Apollo helps customer success teams move beyond reactive support and adopt a more proactive, data-driven approach to managing customer relationships.
This is all truly impressive. Apollo seems to be a platform that can benefit virtually every team within a company, from sales and marketing to customer success and even leadership.
You're absolutely right. It's a versatile and powerful platform that can be tailored to meet the specific needs of each team, ultimately helping businesses of all sizes drive revenue and achieve their goals.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive into Apollo. We've explored its core functions, delved into the fascinating world of the living data network, and even discussed how Apollo can benefit various teams within a company. But there's still so much more to uncover.
Indeed. We've only scratched the surface of what Apollo has to offer.
So for our listeners who are eager to learn more, stay tuned for part 2 of our deep dive into Apollo, where we'll explore even more fascinating features and functionalities, including the Apollo Chrome extension and their impressive directories.
We'll delve into the specific benefits these features offer and how they can further enhance your sales and marketing efforts.
We'll also discuss some of the potential challenges and limitations of using a platform like Apollo, providing a balanced and nuanced perspective on its capabilities.
It's important to remember that no tool is a magic bullet.
Right.
Understanding both the benefits and limitations of Apollo is crucial for making informed decisions about how best to leverage it for your business.
So, join us in part 2 as we continue our exploration of Apollo, and discover how this powerful platform is shaping the future of data-driven sales and marketing. Until then, stay curious.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Apollo. Last time we kind of laid the groundwork, talking about Apollo's core functions
Right.
and that incredible living data network.
As I've been thinking about it,
Yeah.
this whole idea of like a constantly updated database is game-changing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the difference between using a printed map from 1998
Right.
versus having like real-time GPS navigation.
It's a perfect analogy, and it highlights a crucial point.
Okay.
In sales,
Yeah.
having accurate and up-to-date information is everything. You wouldn't want to be navigating like a complex deal using outdated information, would you?
Absolutely not. So speaking of navigating that sales process, let's dive into some specific features that really caught my eye.
Okay.
First up, the Apollo Chrome extension. You mentioned this earlier, but I'm curious to hear more about how it actually works and why it's so valuable.
Okay, imagine you're on LinkedIn, scrolling through profiles of potential leads. You find someone who seems like a perfect fit for your product
Right.
or service. Now, traditionally, you'd have to jump through hoops to find their contact information, maybe visit their company website, dig through online directories, or even resort to guesswork.
Ugh, yes, I've been there.
Yeah.
It's a time-consuming
It is.
and often frustrating process.
Exactly. But with the Apollo Chrome extension, it's a completely different story. You simply click on the extension, and it instantly pulls up the person's verified email address and phone number, often along with other valuable information,
Wow.
like their job title and company details.
Wait, so it's like having a virtual assistant that does all the research and data entry for you.
You got it. It streamlines the entire prospecting process and frees up your time to focus on what really matters, building relationships and closing deals.
That's incredible. No more wasting hours scouring the internet for contact information.
But here's a question. How accurate is the data? I mean, how can you be sure that the information provided by the extension is reliable?
That's a valid concern, but remember, Apollo's data is powered by its living data network,
Right.
which we discussed earlier. This means that the information is constantly being verified and updated by a vast network of users.
So it's not just pulling data from some random database?
Right. It's actually being crowdsourced and validated by real people.
Precisely. This makes the data much more reliable than traditional static databases that can quickly become outdated. Of course, no system is perfect.
Right.
And there might be occasional inaccuracies, but Apollo's approach significantly minimizes that risk.
Okay, that's reassuring. It
Yeah.
sounds like this extension could be a real game changer for sales teams.
It absolutely can. It eliminates a major pain point in the sales process and empowers reps to be more efficient and effective in their outreach.
Now, you mentioned earlier that Apollo also has something called directories. What are those all about?
Think of Apollo's directories as your go-to resources for finding and qualifying potential customers.
Okay.
You have two main directories, the company's directory
Okay.
and the people directory.
Okay, so walk me through these. How do they work?
Let's start with the company's directory.
Okay.
Imagine you're trying to target businesses in a specific industry, say software companies specializing in cybersecurity. You can use the company's directory to filter your search based on a wide range of criteria, including industry, location, company size, revenue, even the technologies they use.
So it's like having a superpowered search engine specifically for finding companies that fit your ideal customer profile.
Exactly. You can create highly targeted lists of companies that are most likely to be interested in your product or service, eliminating a lot of the guesswork involved in traditional prospecting.
That's fantastic. Now, what about the people directory? How is that different?
The people directory is all about finding the right individuals within those companies. You can search for people based on their job titles, seniority level, skills, even their interests and activities on social media.
Wow. So you can really drill down and find the decision makers who are most likely to be receptive to your message.
Absolutely. It takes the guesswork out of identifying the right people to connect with.
Right.
You can personalize your outreach and tailor your approach based on their specific roles and responsibilities.
This is all starting to sound like a sales and marketing dream come true.
Yeah.
You have the data to find the right companies, identify the key decision makers, and then use tools like the Chrome extension to reach out to them directly.
That's the power of Apollo. It gives you the tools and insights you need to create a highly targeted and effective sales and marketing strategy.
Okay, so we've talked about finding and connecting with leads. But what about managing those leads and moving them through the sales pipeline? Does Apollo offer any features to help with that?
Absolutely. Apollo goes beyond just lead generation and prospecting.
Okay.
It also provides a suite of features to help you manage and nurture your leads, track your progress, and ultimately close more deals.
Okay, so walk me through this. What kind of features are we talking about?
Well, one of the key features is sequences. This allows you to create automated email sequences that are tailored to specific segments of your audience.
Oh, cool.
You can set up personalized emails that are sent out at specific intervals, nurturing your leads and keeping your brand top of mind.
So it's like having a virtual sales assistant that's constantly following up with your leads and keeping them engaged.
Precisely. It takes the burden off your sales team and ensures that no lead falls through the cracks. You can set it and forget it, knowing that Apollo is working behind the scenes to nurture your leads and move them closer to conversion.
That's incredibly valuable, especially for busy sales teams who are juggling multiple tasks and priorities.
Exactly. And Apollo doesn't stop there. It also provides a range of features to help you track your progress and measure the effectiveness of your campaigns.
Okay, so what kind of tracking and reporting features does Apollo offer?
Well, one of the most powerful features is analytics. This gives you a comprehensive overview of your sales performance, allowing you to track key metrics like open rates, click-through rates, conversion rates, and more. You can see what's working, what's not, and make data-driven decisions to optimize your campaigns.
So you can actually see the ROI of your efforts. That's essential for any sales or marketing team.
Absolutely. It takes the guesswork out of measuring your success and allows you to continuously improve your strategies based on real data.
This is all incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
Apollo seems to have thought of everything. But here's a question that's been nagging at me. All this automation and data analysis sounds great, but doesn't it risk dehumanizing the sales process? I mean, where's the human touch in all of this?
That's a valid concern, and it's one that Apollo has clearly considered in designing its platform.
Okay.
While Apollo offers powerful automation and data analysis capabilities,
Mhm.
it's ultimately a tool that's meant to empower salespeople, not replace them.
Okay, so how does Apollo ensure that the human element remains central to the sales process?
Well, for one, Apollo's features are designed to augment, not replace, the human skills that are essential for successful selling. For example, Apollo can help you identify the right leads and personalize your outreach, but it's still up to the salesperson to build rapport, establish trust, and ultimately close the deal.
So it's about using Apollo to streamline the more tedious and time-consuming aspects of sales, freeing up salespeople to focus on building relationships and having meaningful conversations with potential customers.
Exactly. Apollo can handle the data analysis and automation, but it's the human touch that truly makes the difference in sales.
That makes a lot of sense. Apollo isn't about replacing salespeople with robots. It's about giving them the tools they need to be more effective and efficient in their roles.
Precisely. It's about empowering salespeople to do what they do best, connect with people and build relationships.
Well, this has been an incredibly insightful discussion so far. We've covered a lot of ground, from the Apollo Chrome extension and directories to the platform's automation and analytics capabilities. And I have to say, I'm truly impressed by how comprehensive and well thought out Apollo is.
I agree. It's a powerful platform that can significantly enhance any sales and marketing team's efforts.
But before we get carried away with all the amazing features and functionalities, let's take a step back and consider some potential limitations or challenges of using a platform like Apollo.
That's a great point. It's important to remember that no tool is a magic bullet, and Apollo is no exception. While it offers a wealth of benefits, there are also some potential drawbacks to consider.
Okay, so let's dive into those. What are some potential challenges or limitations that businesses should be aware of when considering Apollo?
Well, one potential challenge is the learning curve. Apollo is a feature-rich platform,
Right.
and it can take some time to master all of its functionalities.
Right.
This means that businesses need to be prepared to invest in training and onboarding for their teams to ensure they can effectively use the platform.
So it's not just a plug-and-play solution.
Right.
There's a bit of a learning curve involved.
There is, but the good news is that Apollo offers a wealth of resources, including tutorials, webinars, and a dedicated support team to help users get up to speed quickly.
That's reassuring. So, besides the learning curve, are there any other potential challenges to consider?
Another potential challenge is data accuracy. While Apollo's living data network is designed to ensure data accuracy, there's always a possibility of errors or inconsistencies in the data. Businesses need to be aware of this and implement processes to verify and clean their data regularly.
That makes sense. Data accuracy is crucial for any sales and marketing efforts, so it's important to have a plan in place to address potential issues.
Exactly. And it's important to remember that data is only as good as the insights you derive from it. Apollo provides powerful tools for analyzing data, but it's still up to the user to interpret those insights and make informed decisions.
So it's not just about having the data, it's about knowing how to use it effectively.
Precisely. And that requires a certain level of expertise in understanding of sales and marketing principles.
Well, this has been a fascinating and comprehensive exploration of Apollo. We've covered the platform's core functions, delved into the impressive living data network, and even discussed some potential challenges and limitations.
We've also explored a range of powerful features, including the Apollo Chrome extension, the directories, and the platform's automation and analytics capabilities.
And while we've highlighted the many benefits Apollo offers, it's crucial to remember that it's not a magic solution.
Right.
It's a tool that requires careful consideration, proper implementation, and ongoing management to be truly effective.
That being said, Apollo's potential to transform sales and marketing efforts is undeniable. For businesses looking to streamline their processes, improve their targeting, and ultimately close more deals, Apollo is definitely worth exploring.
So as we wrap up part 2 of our deep dive into Apollo, I encourage our listeners to reflect on what they've learned and consider how they might leverage a platform like this to enhance their own sales and marketing efforts.
And if you're eager to learn even more about Apollo and experience its capabilities firsthand, we encourage you to visit their website at apollo.io.
There, you'll find a wealth of resources, including case studies, customer testimonials, and even a free trial. So stay tuned for part 3 of our deep dive into Apollo, where we'll wrap up our discussion and explore some final thoughts and insights. Until then, stay curious. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Apollo. As we've been exploring this platform, I've been struck by how much it embodies this larger shift towards data-driven sales and marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about gut feelings anymore.
Right.
It's about using data to make those informed decisions at every stage of the process.
That's a key takeaway from our discussion.
Yeah.
Apollo really exemplifies this data-driven approach,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not just about having access to data, it's about what you do with that data.
Right.
And that's where Apollo excels. It provides the tools and insights to transform that raw data into actionable strategies.
Exactly. It's like having a data scientist embedded within your sales and marketing teams.
I like that.
But something we haven't touched on yet is Apollo's commitment to innovation. They seem to be constantly evolving, pushing the boundaries of what a sales intelligence platform can do.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Apollo isn't content with simply keeping pace with the competition.
Right.
They're actively shaping the future of the industry.
Wow.
They're constantly experimenting with new technologies like AI and machine learning to enhance their platform and deliver even more value to their users.
We saw a glimpse of that with the Scores and Signals feature, which uses AI to predict lead conversion likelihood.
Mm-hmm.
But are there other examples of how Apollo is using these cutting-edge technologies?
Absolutely. One area where Apollo is really pushing the envelope is in sales automation.
Okay.
They're using AI to automate repetitive tasks,
Oh, nice.
like email outreach and lead qualification, freeing up salespeople to focus on higher value activities.
So it's not just about automating simple tasks, it's about using AI to make the entire sales process more intelligent and efficient.
Precisely. Apollo is using AI to analyze data, identify patterns, and even make recommendations to help salespeople optimize their approach.
It's like having a virtual sales coach that's constantly learning and adapting to help you improve your performance.
Exactly.
That's incredible. But here's a question that's been on my mind. With all this talk about automation and AI,
Yeah.
doesn't it risk dehumanizing the sales process? I mean, at the end of the day, sales is all about building relationships with people.
That's a crucial point, and it's one that Apollo seems to have carefully considered
Okay.
while they're leveraging technology to automate and optimize certain aspects of the sales process.
Mm-hmm.
Their focus remains on empowering salespeople to build stronger human connections.
So how does Apollo achieve that balance between automation and the human touch?
Well, for one, Apollo's features are designed to augment not replace human skills.
Okay.
For example, Apollo can help you identify the right leads and personalize your outreach, but it's still up to the salesperson to build rapport, establish trust, and nurture those relationships.
It's like giving salespeople superpowers, right?
It is.
They have all this data and technology at their fingertips.
Right.
But they still need to use their human skills to close the deal.
Exactly. Apollo is about giving salespeople the tools and insights they need to be more effective communicators, more empathetic listeners, and more trusted advisors.
That's a powerful combination.
Yeah.
It's about using technology to enhance human capabilities,
Yeah.
not replace them.
Precisely.
Right.
Apollo understands that technology can be a powerful enabler, but it's the human connection that ultimately drives sales success.
Well, as we wrap up our deep dive into Apollo, I'm left with a sense of both excitement and caution.
I agree.
Excitement about the potential of this platform to revolutionize sales and marketing, and caution about the need to use it wisely and ethically.
I share those sentiments.
Yeah.
Apollo is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
Right.
It's up to us as users and as a society to ensure that we're harnessing technology in a way that benefits everyone.
That's a great point. It's a reminder that technology is a means to an end, not an end in itself.
Absolutely.
It's up to us to define the purpose and guide the direction of technological advancement.
Absolutely. We need to be mindful of the potential implications of technology and use it in a way that aligns with our values and goals.
Well said. So for our listeners who are intrigued by Apollo and want to learn more, we encourage you to visit their website at apollo.io.
Definitely.
You'll find a wealth of information there, including case studies, customer testimonials, and even a free trial to experience the platform firsthand.
It's a great way to explore the capabilities of Apollo and see how it might fit into your own sales and marketing strategy.
And on that note, we'll bring our deep dive into Apollo to a close.
It's been a pleasure,
We hope you found it informative, insightful, and maybe even a little bit inspiring.
as always.
Remember, data is power, but it's the human connection that ultimately drives success.
Could not agree more.
Use technology wisely, ethically, and always with a focus on building meaningful relationships.
Well said.
That's a great takeaway. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and as always, thanks for joining us on the deep dive.